I'm Ken Barton, Executive Director, Florida Peanut Producers Association. We are a checkoff organization representing Florida's peanut farmers in the areas of research, promotion, and education. We represent about 800 peanut farmers in the state of Florida. I am a first-generation farmer here in Florida. My family was not in the farming business. I just developed a strong love of agriculture and farming at an early age. And my first peanut crop was in 1980. And I've farmed peanuts, cotton, and corn on my farm in Holmes County, Florida for 40 years. Farmers begin to prepare their soil in the late spring for planting peanuts. They till the soil in different methods, and then fertilizers and lime is applied to the soil for soil nutrients. The seed are planted in the panhandle. We begin to plant peanuts in late April, early May. Farmers are extremely busy during planting season. It begins with soil preparation. Most of the time farmers will use an implement called a field cultivator, where they prepare a seed bed so the seed can be planted into a good, level, moist, clean seed bed for good emergence and quick growth. The peanut seed are loaded into the hoppers of the planter, of the peanut planter, and they are planted approximately 2 inches deep. You'll notice that the seed have a red colored coating on them. This coating protects the little seed from soil-borne insects and also seedling disease during emergence. And that's the only purpose the color has. Once the seed have emerged through the soil, they will continue to grow and hopefully receive timely rainfalls and in preparation to produce a good crop. After the seed have sprouted and emerged from the soil, there's a few special things that the plant needs throughout the growing season. They actually require about 1 to 1.5 inches of rainfall per week. Now, during extended drought periods, some farmers have irrigation where they can supply that needed water. Approximately 30 to 40% of Florida's peanuts are irrigated, so most of the peanut farms in the state of Florida rely on Mother Nature and rainfall to supply that much needed rain. If they don't get that rainfall, sometimes lower yields could be expected by that particular farmer on his farm. As harvest time approaches, farmers monitor their fields very closely. The first thing we'll look at is each variety has a maturity date on that particular seed. Different varieties of peanuts are developed for different regions of the country. We grow a few varieties here in Florida that are well suited for our soil type and our climate. The main variety we grow here in the state of Florida is the runner variety, which is mainly used for peanut butter production. There's other varieties that are grown around the country. That's Virginia, Valencia, and Spanish varieties. Usually most of the varieties are around 130 to 140 days. So farmers will go out through the field, take a random sample of the peanuts, and you check for maturity. Normally we take it to an extension agent where they pod blast the hulls and they lay it on a profile board, which will give us the number of days to optimum harvest. At that point, we take those days and look closely at the field conditions and the weather, and begin the harvest at that point. The harvest begins with a machine that's called a digger inverter. The digger inverter digs up the peanuts out of the ground. The blades run up underneath the peanut vines and cut the taproot. And as the peanut vines go up the machine, they're shaken to get some excess soil off the roots and off the peanuts. And as they exit the rear of the machine, they're inverted or turned upside down, so the peanuts are facing up toward the sun. And they dry there in the field for a few days, and then they're harvested with a machine called a peanut combine. The peanut combine has a threshing mechanism inside the machine, and it separates the peanuts from the vines. The peanuts are then stored in a basket or hopper on top of the machine, and the vines are discarded back on the ground out the rear of the machine. When the basket or hopper on the machine is full, they're dumped over into a specialized drying trailer. Once the peanuts have been placed into the drying trailers, they are taken to a centralized location called a buying point, where the peanuts are weighed, and then they are the moisture is determined, and then they are dried down to about 10% moisture so they can be properly stored or shelled. And at the buying point, a random sample of each trailer load of peanuts is taken, and a third-party independent agency determines the value of each trailer load of peanuts. During the grading process, foreign material is separated. The size of each peanut, some peanuts are separated out. Some immature peanuts may be separated out. The kernels are shelled out of the hulls, and they are shaken across a screen to determine the size, the jumbos, the number ones, and the mediums, which all have different values. And all this takes place inside the grading room, where these graders are a third-party independent agency determining the value of these peanuts. Once the grade and the quality of the peanuts have been determined, they are taken to the warehouse, where that load of peanuts is dumped into a pit where it has an auger in the bottom, and they are moved over into a warehouse for proper storage until they can be sent to a shelling plant to be shelled and on for whatever manufacturing process they were intended for. The southeastern United States is well suited for growing peanuts. 3 southeastern states, Florida, Alabama, and Georgia, produce about 70 to 75% of all the peanuts grown in the U.S. Florida is the second largest peanut producing state in the U.S. And about 80% of our production that we produce here in Florida is used to make peanut butter. Remember to eat peanuts and peanut products. They're very healthy and nutritious, packed with protein, naturally cholesterol free, over 30 vitamins and minerals in a serving of peanuts and peanut butter. So enjoy your delicious, nutritious peanuts and peanut butter.